Soul family, how's it going? This is a good song. This is gonna be a good life. This has got to be a good life. I had the most amazing dreams. Not all night long, but they were. I got up really early, actually in the middle of the night, and I started doing some work. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm staging. I put it up to the fan to get it moving. I had these dreams. Things were all lining up. Everything was, it was very spiritually based. It was very according to plan. And I mean, I don't know, I can't even now, right now I can't tell you what the dreams were because all I remember was the feeling. And it was good. I was in the vortex. It was awesome. Everything was lining up the way it was meant to. Everything was very positive. And I woke up and something shifted. And I asked myself, what did I do? What happened? Well, what I did was, there's a tarot reader that I listen to. There's a difference between tarot and oracle card readings. When you are an oracle, I read oracle cards, and that's guidance from spirit, right? Tarot is like predictions. So everybody wants to know what's coming, right? What's going to happen? What's coming? But in all reality, spirit doesn't let everyone know all the time what's coming in our lives. And also, just because something is heading in a certain direction doesn't mean that it's going to stay in that direction, because everything shifts by our intention and by our choice. But I asked myself, I had that amazing feeling. I was totally in the vortex. What changed it? And it was that. I listened to my reading for Aries, right? And I'm in a Pisces moon, so I listen to the Aries and the Pisces because they both affect me. And that's the only thing that I did differently, and it shifted because I was apparently in a good place. Aries is in a good place, a strong place, upright, as in not upside down. But what they showed me went sideways from what I was thinking or wanting or desiring. And just because somebody predicts that to happen, and sometimes, you know what, if you don't do anything, if you don't work with it, or that's the direction you're going. She's accurate. She is accurate. That's why I've watched her. She gives me information. But maybe she's accurate because there are things that I listen to it, right? And it influences my thoughts. And then my thoughts start going in that direction, and then I start creating that. Our thoughts create our future. So I'm giving you something to pay attention to. If you're able to watch tarot readings or predictive things like that and take it as in, okay, I'm looking at that, and then let it go, that's cool. But we kept getting the codependency card, right, coming up. And when a codependency card comes up in a reading for me, if it's in one of my piles, it affects me. Now, maybe it's somebody in my life. Codependency is affecting your love life. Or maybe it's me. So you have to ask yourself, what is it, what am I codependent on? What am I addicted to? Well, I watch those every single day. Because I don't know, I was trying to learn tarot, because I don't know how to do tarot, really. I was taught by spirit. And then I thought about that, and I recognized that, you know what? One day I got the message, one of your worst addictions is seeking you out. And I thought, oh my God, what is that? And the addiction is wanting to know the future and leaning on somebody else's opinion about what is going to come in my life and the decisions that are going to be happening with people outside. Now, sometimes I'll look at that after I've done a reading or whatever, and I see it's confirmation. So for myself, I've decided that, you know what? I woke up in bliss. Everything was lined up well. Everything was working very well. Everything was it just felt, the feeling was good. And when you talk about your dreams, you pay attention to your dreams, very much of it matters how you feel. What were you feeling when you saw that? What was the feeling that you got? Well, the feeling that I had was awesome. It felt amazing. I wanted to stay in that space. That was the vortex, the feeling. A lot of times people get caught up in the words and they forget the feeling. I penned that phrase. I created that phrase. It's mine, and I love it because my higher self is showing me. A lot of times, Sherry, you get caught up in the words and forget the feelings. So I've decided to tell myself that I'm not going to get up and listen to that. I'm not going to listen to anyone else's prediction of my future, of what's coming into my life. I'm going to listen to what Spirit shows me as far as guidance that comes forward and what I'm looking at. Because what I get from Spirit is always accurate. My readings are always accurate. Because I am specifically getting messages from Spirit to guide me and to help guide others. Whereas if I were to tune into someone reading for Aries, there's a gazillion Aries in the world. It doesn't mean that that's my life, right? It could coincide and maybe, so that could be confirmation. But I'm not going to let it, that's the only thing that I did that was different. And that is an addiction. So it's like, you know what? I decided, no, I'm going to pick our cards. I'm not going to allow that to affect me. So it's kind of like with all of us. Are you going to allow what somebody else has to say to affect your life, your choices, what you feel? What do you feel? Well, I felt fantastic. And then after I heard that, I felt like shit. Well, why do you think that is? Are you not trusting your own dreams? Are you not trusting your own feelings? You have a higher self that's guiding you. Why would you allow what someone else has to say to affect the way you are feeling? Because fear comes in, right? Okay, let's do this quickly. I don't want to spend a lot of time here healing with the fairies. I don't want to belabor this, right? I want to just, my higher self should just sweep it and tell me where to go. The animals? Oh, they're already out there. Okay, the animals are out there. Why? Because my animal messengers, that's another message. That's a message right there. And Archangel Michael. Okay, so the animal messengers, that's who I work with. I just finished, I tell everybody, you know, the most accurate and the most important ways that Spirit works with me and my higher self is through my animal messengers, through music, and through, what was the other? There's three. Oh, there she is. There she is. Now, I think that this is a little boy. Oh, come on, Sherry. Let's get this clear here. Come on, clear it up. There we go. We need clarity. So here we have the hummingbird just sitting, not going anywhere. And there's a lot of green. That hummingbird is completely covered in green. So that's healing. And I think, now are you a little male or are you a little female? You're probably me again, right? Yep, you're a female. Hi. Hi. So it's like, you know what? The hummingbird says you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself and others. It also says to grab the joy and sweetness in life and to lighten up your energy. A hummingbird, however, is a mover, right? Moves very quickly. But that little hummingbird was taking a breath. That little hummingbird was on pause. So right now, if anything, things are on pause. Spirit speaks to me through my dreams. Through my dreams, through my animal messengers, and through music. That's how Spirit speaks to me. How does Spirit speak to you? Those, for me, because I went to Wisconsin and I got involved with the singer-songwriting people that I know, right? And I was writing songs and singing, and it was hard for me to leave it. I didn't want to leave that, but I had to move forward on my spiritual path. So Spirit incorporated my love of music and song into my spiritual work. So I didn't have to leave it behind. I brought it with me, right? Or they did. And my animals, since a child, you know, growing up at the forest and always having a connection with the animals, so that was the shamanism. I knew that was my path. I knew that was my path because it was since I was born. And my dreams are prophetic, and my dreams were healing. I mean, that's what was going on in my dreams last night. That little hummingbird sitting there that was pausing, covered in green, and it was a female. It was me. I was covered. I felt love and healing in my dreams. It was awesome as I was on pause, right? It's a rejuvenation time, and that's what was going on. It was awesome. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for you. So what I'm telling you is when we do these oracle card readings, when we get these messages, so we're working with Archangel Michael, healing with the fairies, and we're going to do the healing with the angels because I like that. Oh, and we were told the animal messengers. So we're doing 4. So today we can do, what are they? We can do Zodiac signs. Air, water, fire, earth. I'm going to write that somewhere. Air, water, fire, earth. Because you guys all know how I have a hard time remembering. Okay, so make your choices. If you're going to do it by zodiac, okay? You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, or air, water, fire, earth, okay? So what I'm going to tell you is this. Oracle readings. An oracle is just like I am an oracle. Spirit uses me as an oracle, and I use oracle cards. I use the animal messengers. I use music. Those are and my dreams, and my thoughts, or whatever your higher self brings down to me. But it's guidance, okay? It's not saying that this is your life. Now, if Spirit says this is coming, or this is what I see in front of you, that doesn't mean it's set in stone. It means that, you know what, if you don't want that to go in that direction, change your way of thinking. Change your thoughts. Focus your thoughts on the positive. Put out an intention, because if we don't choose to take hold of the power that we have, we are all very powerful. We are all powerful manifestors. We create our future. But if we don't take a hold of that creation and that ability, then energy that's just floating out around there will take a hold of it for us. Like, say, that a tarot card reader. If I give my power over to that reading, that's the direction my mind starts to go. I'm thinking in that direction, and I affect my love life. Your love life is being affected by a codependency issue. So maybe I'm not addicted. I mean, I'm not addicted, but that is a codependency. I was like depending on that. I was looking to that for my answers. That is why the Bible says, don't be looking to fortune tellers of events to guide your life. Don't be looking to the stars to guide your life. We have our own answers within. It's just a tool. But I just recognize that that's something that can be dangerous, because you can be going along feeling great and then listen to something and then have it ruin your life, ruin your day. And even like what I'm saying here, if your life is going along and then it shows, oh, this is coming, don't start putting that into your life. It's if it resonates for you. If this is what's going on for you right now and it resonates for you, you will know it. Don't try and fit it into your life. And if it's showing you something that's coming that you need to be aware of and pay attention to, and you don't like the way it's going, start working on it. Shift your energy. Make it go somewhere else, because you can. Okay? That's my message. All right. 1, 2. Oops. Oh, God. One of your piles was going to get a whole bunch of messages from Archangel Michael. All right. Let me get them all together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Wait a minute. Where is the number 4? That's why I was holding an extra one, because there are going to be 4. Okay. Lord, I'm going to ask Spirit to help me move through this quickly and not be so long-winded. But that was really important, because nothing's worth losing your peace over. Okay? And I was in such a wonderful place. So it's kind of like, Spirit was saying, damn, we worked on you all night long. We gave you, sent you healing, and then you wake up and you go listen to that and you completely fuck up what we did for you. Don't do that. Okay, I won't. All right. Air, water, fire, earth. If, that's if you want to do it this way. Spirit knows. So Spirit knows that these are applicable to you. Right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. Or the first 2 you, the second 2 your partner. Or however you want to do it. And allow your higher self to tell you how this is going to be done. Because if you keep it in that order, hold on, I want to make sure I don't get these out of order. 1, 2. Just a second. I don't want to mess these up, since you guys have already picked. I just want to get them out of my way, okay? Since you chose this, your higher self and Spirit will have aligned what you need. All right. So the first message for number 1A, or whatever it was, and see, I've already cleared it. Isn't that silly? So you're going to have to remember it. Oh, yeah. Hummingbird. And that was me. So this is a female hummingbird, you guys, because it's a ruby-throated hummingbird, but there is no ruby. The boys have the color, not the girls. So this is for me. And that's what they're asking you to do. Lighten up. Lighten up your energy. It's not so heavy. It's not so tragic, right? Everything was wonderful. Keep it that way. And it's your choice. It's our choice. So basically, I changed my intention and I said, no, I'm going back to that. I know what it was that got me off. And you need to ask yourself, what got you off track? If you were feeling good, did you run into somebody? Did you wake up feeling fantastic and then run into your somebody in your family or one of your workmates or one of your friends, or listen to something that shifted you? Pay attention to what shifts your energy and avoid that, right? Just keep things light. Just go. Life isn't made to be tragic. We're supposed to be enjoying our lives, right? And it goes too quick. Life moves way too quickly. I was getting dressed this morning. That was another thing that probably made me feel bleh, was I went to get dressed and I realized, oh my God, it's the end of May. It is literally the end of this. I'll probably in a few days, it will be 4 complete years since I saw my twin soul last. 4 complete years. And half the year's gone, and that means I'm another year older. So I'm focusing on all of that. And I thought, wow, I need to shift my energy and start. So then basically what that's telling me is, you know what? No more waiting. No more waiting. No more sitting around. Life is too short. This is time to move, right? This hummingbird, she sat there for a few minutes and she said, take a breath and calm down and relax. But then she got up and got going. So it was about readjusting your thinking, readjusting your feeling, get yourself going and what can you do right now to make yourself feel better? Can you go on a power walk? Can you put on happy music? Because yes, there's a lot of shit that goes on in our lives. And we have to deal with it. We have to allow ourselves to feel the emotions that we're feeling. And right now, I might have a fallout later today. I'm not setting myself up, but I'm actually feeling it right now in my chest. It just hit. Ooh. So I was saging. I wanted to sage my whole house, right? To get that energy that was cloying onto me out. But it just hit me quickly, and it passed, okay? So I felt it, but then I made that comment about the sage, and it started to lift. So what I was saying is, I have to allow myself to recognize that, wow, it's been 4 years and it's done, right? Let it go, release it. It hurts. It does hurt. And I can't deny that it does. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't. I really thought that at the 4-year mark it would be done. And I guess it is, but not in the way that I thought. So let go and just move forward. Allow yourself to feel whatever you need to feel, but you're not allowed to stay there. This hummingbird is up. She got up, right? She's going to do what she needs to do, or he, to turn that grief into something positive. Like if it's just, you were in my life for that time, and I appreciate that, but you can't hold on. Keep trying to hold on to something that's not there. I just talked about this last night, so it was my message, and I told the person, this is also a message for me. Memories are supposed to come up to make you feel good, and if they make you feel bad, you need to release them. Don't hold on to something so long that it turns to hurt instead of to something peaceful and happy. Make every day count and every minute count, and then go out and love more and more, because that's what you need to have happen. Bring some love into your life. This is about flexibility. I'm going to flex my emotional muscles, and I'm going to say, I choose to be happy. I choose to move forward. And I'm asking Archangel Michael to cut the cords to the past. Here's Archangel Michael right here. Cut cords to the past. Cut cords to anything that's tying me down, weighing me down, making me feel negative. Any barbs that have been poked at me by outside forces that I'm not even aware of, release them. So Archangel Michael, thank you. He says healing, energy healing work. So I was working with that last night. I was doing Reiki healing. I sent Reiki healing out. So maybe send Reiki healing to yourself. And maybe what's being called for in your situation right now is energy healing. That would be helpful. So Archangel Michael, the prayer, thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me, because that's what I ask every time I do Reiki is, please, Father, use me as a divine channel for your healing energy. So I'm thanking Archangel Michael for assisting, for connecting and connecting me to loving high integrity healers, but not only healers, but people. It's interesting because sometimes we classify ourselves, I'm a healer, I'm a this, I'm a that, but we all have healing abilities. So yes, you want healing people in your life. So high integrity healers and teachers of energy healing modalities. And see, that's what I felt in my dreams. I knew that once I started doing the reading, I would remember what I was thinking about. I was connecting with like-minded energy. That's what I was feeling. So right now, that's what Spirit's telling you will help you. Call on Archangel Michael, call on the Ascended Masters, call on the Reiki Masters, call on your soul family and say, I want friends, I want new friends, happy friends, positive, forward moving people that are healing and are teaching one another and learning and growing. That's what they want. That's what I want. Take whatever measures are necessary, Archangel Michael says, just like the Hummingbird just told us. Just repetition again. Take in proper foods, take in proper vitamins, proper rest. Maybe book a session with a healing, with a healer, whatever it would be for you. Whatever healing modality calls to you. It could be massage therapy, and call Archangel Raphael in to work with the massage therapist. Maybe you need to take a course, enroll in a course. Maybe you need to brush up on your healing that you haven't been working with much. Clearly, if you're asking, what is it that I'm meant to do with my life? What could I do? What is my path? What is my purpose? Energy healing might be something calling to you. Now, as I said before, this is guidance. If you get a flush, if you get a tingle, if you get a, yeah, that's it, that's a hit, then this is your message, right? I like that. Thank you for that. I'm going to focus on that as well for the energy healing in my life, because that's what I am. I'm a master. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. Oh, thank you for this. This is really nice. Oh, man. Family harmony. Harmony is my favorite word. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful word? And isn't that a beautiful scene? You see this nurturing, loving energy. And look at the magic at her fingers right in front of her. She's got a healing energy that emanates from her hands. And it's surrounding and protecting. That's what I'm seeing right there. When I call for a seal of protection around the ones I love, you can use this as a visualization tool. That's what she's doing. She sees her family surrounded in healing energy. She's visualizing family harmony. See? This is what... There's so many different ways that you can look at this. Yes, there's harmony coming to your family, but it doesn't come of its own accord. We have to work with this, right? This is what we have to call in. This is what we have to function with. This is what we have to focus on. Use your own healing abilities. We all have it. The biggest healing ability that you have is love. Connecting with your highest self. This whole color is purple. Archangel Zadkiel comes to mind. Look up what Archangel Zadkiel does for you. What are his duties? Archangel Jeremiel, he's talking about renewal. Jeremiel and Zadkiel, those are the ones that are coming forward. That's your homework. It's important for you. She's carrying someone on her back, which means Spirit is carrying your family, taking care of your family. Don't worry about your family. Spirit's got them covered. They're okay. You ask for their help and they're right there. Because that is Spirit carrying forward this young one. Everybody in our life is affected by our influence. Affected by our influence. Yes, they are. Just like me. I woke up this morning and I was feeling good and I went to that place and I went bad. So we can affect our family's energy by the way we speak, by the beliefs that we hold, by the actions that we take. It affects us. Now, it can affect us in a negative way and it can affect us in a positive way. So what do we need to do if there's something that's not going right? And maybe you were given a foreglimpse of something that was going to come. You saw it in another reading and yeah, there it is. It wasn't that you brought that in. This is showing you, okay, here's the situation. Now you work with this. So you hold positive feeling, thoughts. You see the loved ones surrounded by that healing energy. You put a shield of protection out around the ones that you love. You say to yourself, there is family harmony. There is harmony coming to my family. Anyone that has hurt you or irritated you or annoyed you in your family, ask for healing energy. Ask for harmony to come to that situation. And then let it go. Let Spirit handle it. And right now, maybe you're in a place where things have been rough, but Spirit's asking for some patience, and they're saying, you know what, things are shifting. Things are positively shifting as you hold your focus. And yes, if you feel like, I've been doing my work and it's just we're struggling here. But Spirit's telling you that you can start feeling this energy. I felt that. That's what I felt. This is my message then. So in my dream, remember, in that dream space, I was feeling this beautiful healing energy. Well, this is my message. It's within my family. It's coming to my family. Now, it can be the family you grew up with, your soul family. But I was in my little house, and in my family, I have Lily and Liger, who probably stand for people in my life. I know they do. And then there's just me. That's my family. I don't have anybody except for my twin soul that's connected to me, right? And in my spiritual state, in my highest self, it was feeling really good. So there was a healing going on there. And that's what my message is. So instead of going off track and feeling like it's time to leave it and go on, maybe I read things wrong. So this is how spirit self-course corrects me. No, lift your thoughts. That's what the hummingbird was saying. Wait a minute, slow down, wait. Doesn't mean it's over. Doesn't mean it's ended. It means you need to slow down. Lift your energy. See, this is why this is guidance. This is the difference between a tarot and an oracle card reading. It's going to shift my perspective. And it's going to show me, nope, first thing I needed to do was lighten up, Sherry. Call, you will accomplish what might seem impossible. Right now, maybe you people feel that something's impossible, but the hummingbird says it's not. And if you believe it's not, it's not. You say it's not. I get to choose my thoughts today. I get to create my future tomorrow. And Spirit's showing me here that there is family harmony coming, a healing occurring within my family arrangement. So whatever's going on with the people in your life, think positive thoughts. There's got to be something that you can think positive about them. Focus on that quality. If you can focus on more than one, all the better. Because the number 3, if we see something or something is repeated 3 times, there's much more weight put to it. So think of 3 qualities and focus on those qualities. Okay, they may be struggling, but they are this, this, and this. They have this, this, and this. See the people in your life in their highest light. Everyone's worthy. Whoever you're thinking about, send out blessings and love and light to that person, situation, and you hold that thought. Hold a positive thought. Hold a positive thought. That's a positive thought right there. You hold a positive thought, you shift the energy. Don't let someone else tell you that it's not going to be that way. Because why? Because you have creative potential. And by nature, you're infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all of your heart's desires. We just got that. That's confirmation again for this particular message. So it needed to be spoken about again. I'm going to put you guys down for a second. And you know what I'm hearing? What woke me up? I was up really, really early, like ridiculously early, right? And I went back to sleep, kind of to doze. It wasn't really sleep so much as dozing. But do you hear what's going on outside? Building. I woke up with hammers, and I woke up with saws going. And in my dream 2 nights ago, I was in a house with somebody, and somebody was doing all this work, and somebody said, if you're going to live in this house, you might want to do something about building. I heard that. And I thought, what are you talking about? I'm doing all this work. I'm working. But there's people building outside right now. So, okay, if you're working, you might be working, but what kind of work are you doing? Is it creative and is it constructive? Are you building your future the way you want it? See it. That's the message that I'm getting from that. Okay, so the next grouping, which is B, or whatever it was Zodiac-wise, because I'm not going to remember it, and I'm not even going to try and mess you guys up. Or was it the first 2 you, and the second 2 your partner or situation, whatever it is. Hold on, I need a box to set these cards on, to set my camera on. There we go. All right. Miss Cougar. Cougar is talking about being bold. The Cougar totem is about, this is the power animal that came to me when I moved to Sedona, and I really need to get to Sedona. I'm feeling it really heavy. The Cougar. The Cougar says, own your own power. And she was upside down. And that's a message to me. Yeah. I have great power. Oh, and I love that. The Koala. Empathy. Many of us are empaths, of us spiritual people watching today. Speak less and listen more. In your situation, what are you hearing? I'm hearing building outside, right? Pay attention to the animals. What animals, what kind of birds are you hearing? Pay attention to your thoughts. instead of what's coming out of your mouth. Sometimes we feel like we need to fill dead space. I have that issue. If I'm with somebody and no one's speaking, I feel like I'm obligated to say something, but I'm not, because sometimes it's just nice to be peaceful. I learned that from my friend John, my old upstairs neighbor, my soulmate in Sedona. He spent 3 years, 2.5 years in Nepal, in the caves with the monks, not speaking a word for 2.5 years. And then he met me, poor guy. But that's what he taught me, you know? It's okay to be in silence. It feels good. And sometimes, you know what? Here's a message. If there's something you've been trying to say and you're not, words aren't your thing, it isn't the amount of words that are important. Sometimes less means more. Fewer words are actually needed than you realize. Remember what I said when I began? Sometimes people get caught up in the words and forget the feelings. So you can shoot your mouth off and say all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't really mean anything, and sometimes it makes things worse. And sometimes you just want to look. I learned that. You know, we were in, what was it called? I don't know, I probably won't say it right. There's ruins, Hanapi ruins. Hanapi ruins. I think it is called Hanapi ruins, Sedona. I know that that's not right, so I'm gonna make sure I spell it right. Hanaki, Hananke, Hanan. It's Honanki, Hananki ruins, and I know I'm not saying it right. Clearly, Spirit wants me to get to Sedona, and I'll show you. Oh, I'm getting emotional. This is Montezuma's castle, actually, and Montezuma's well. I've been there too. It's really cool. But the ruins. Clearly I meant to go there. I was going to show you when my friend John and I were there. We were there and it was snowing, and the rain. It stopped snowing. I can't find them right now. I'm going to ask for that specifically and see if it pops. Is this going to be it? I'm going to find it while I'm talking to you. And the snow was melting and the sun came out, and the only sound that we could hear was the sound. It sounded like rain falling down, and it was the snow melting from above. And we were so quiet. We didn't say anything because it's a sacred place, and sometimes silence is sacred. And sometimes there's nothing better than the feeling of just, if you're with someone, just being in their energy in silence feels good. Feel each other instead of talk. So you don't need to say anything. Maybe you just need to hold somebody. You just need to be in their energy. It feels good. So while we're in the ruins and the rain was falling down, he told me, he said, and I was all excited when I saw them, and I started to say, oh, and he said, shh, quiet. And I said, what? I thought I was missing something. And he said, this is a sacred space. Keep your voice very, very quiet. So I said, okay. So we were really quiet and we just listened. And the wind, we listened to the wind going through the trees. And I climbed this ancient tree. Huge. I don't know what kind of tree it was, but I climbed it. And as I was up there through the wind howling, we heard the wolves. It was amazing. I said, oh my God, are those coyotes? And they weren't coyotes, they were wolves. And we just listened to them howling. And it was bliss, it was peaceful. We were connecting with, and you could hear the energy moving through the trees. It was like you could feel the spirits. It's sacred. So Spirit wants you maybe to get to know what Spirit has to say to you in different ways. Maybe through body language, but the feelings mostly. Because you know what? Sometimes people, I read people. I read people's energy. I read people, the way they stand, the way, they don't have to tell me anything. It's very, I can read you. So Spirit's asking you to challenge yourself to that. Are you able to see? Are you able to hear what's not being said? I just heard, you know you're loved. So listen carefully when you go outside. See the birds right now? Can you hear them? When you start focusing on the sounds that you're picking up, they become very, very loud. So if you can start hearing the birds outside and the wind and the messages from you will start picking up on spirit. And you'll start hearing your higher self. I like that. I like that a lot. Prayer will help this situation. The power of prayer is unsurpassed. It really, truly is. Prayer, that's why no matter what might be in front of you even right now, you can affect the situation. You can affect it in a positive way. Someone needs your prayers right now. Someone needs you to lift your energy and call upon spirit. Help them. I did that last night. I worked with somebody and I did Reiki healing, long distance on my twin and on another person. And I asked them if they wanted me to, and they said yes. And I was praying, and as I was praying, I was crying. My whole body was, I felt their energy, and the person that I was working with wrote me right as I in the middle of it and said, I'm crying uncontrollably. And I said, good, it's a release. And I was feeling that energy, so that showed me that I was connecting with who I was sending it out to. So for me, this is a message, and for you too. If you don't have somebody in your physical presence, I told him I haven't heard or seen my twin in 4 years, and he said, vision and hearing isn't always physical. You know that you're loved. And he told me that my twin spoke to him, and the fact that I felt that crying release energy as I was sending those prayers out to both of them. And then he told me that's what was happening. I felt that. So that's telling me I was connecting. And so you do affect a situation. You do. Prayer is very, very powerful. You are calling upon your highest self. You are spirit. You came from spirit. You are an angel walking. Take your energy and use it in a purposeful way. Send prayer. Ask for help. Ask for assistance. Everyone has free will. Praying doesn't make someone go somewhere or do something. It doesn't hurt anyone for you to pray for them, especially when you pray for them to be given a shield of protection and that they feel harmony and peace. It's always that. That's why we always stay away from binding spells or anyone who does things like that. That's going against free will. I ask for permission. You know, I started to say to him, I'm doing a reading, and then I said, oh, I'm not. I can't do that. I need to ask if that's what you would like. And he said, absolutely. My twin already gave me permission, asked me for Reiki healing. So I know I'm allowed to do that. And it's never, Reiki is what you need. It's never controlled by me, right? So it's only something that's positive. It's like prayer. And if it is not accepted, somebody has chosen not to accept it, it will come back. So right now, Spirit's telling you that they know what's best. And this is what we talked about last night when we were working together. We might think that we have things going in a certain direction. And if it doesn't go in that direction, we start getting sad or feeling like it's failing. But Spirit knows something better. They know, even though we are Spirit and we're connected and we do get glimpses, we don't get the truth all the way because everyone has free will. That's why with those predictive readings, okay, this is what's here, and this is what we you know, if it's basically this, if things keep moving in this direction, this is where you're headed. But you can change that. So nothing is set in stone. Well, will I marry him? I have no idea. No one can tell you that. You can change your mind tomorrow, and so can he. So this is where the energy is going at this moment. And if you do nothing, it's headed in this direction. If you do something, you can change it. So prayer is powerful, and your healing abilities. This is healing. Spirit is in charge. God is in charge of how things are going to go. We affect change, but we don't make things happen because everyone has free will and they have their own intentions that they sent out into the world. If they connect, when you align, that's when you're on the same vibrational frequency and we're working with Spirit and things come to fruition. So the more prayers, the better. It's also surrender. Surrender it to Spirit. I've done what I can do. I've done what you've asked me to do, and now I'm going to release it to you. Because if I try and hold on to this and try and figure this out, I'm going to make myself go in a negative space, and I can't do that. I have hope. And that's what Spirit's telling you. Have faith. Because there is reason to be hopeful in this situation. There is. If they are telling you prayer will help with this situation, that means you can affect it in a positive way. So uplift everyone concerning this situation. Please affect change in a positive way. Please open their hearts. Be willing to reconcile. Be willing to open up and communicate. Be willing to allow healing to happen in their body, in their mind, in their soul. I'm asking for that energy to move forward through them. Whatever you can do to affect this in a positive way is what we ask. And Spirit's asking for us to be open to solutions that come along that we may not have actually thought of. Creative expression. I love this. So she's thinking, you know what? Sometimes people will look at you and they'll think you're not doing anything or you're doing something ridiculous. What are they doing? It looks like madness. They're not doing anything. Why aren't they acting? Why aren't they moving? Because you know what? That hummingbird was sitting still. It was on the wire. But that wire, if you notice this little wire that the hummingbird was resting upon, where is it? It's a string of dragonflies. Dreams. So it was resting on its dreams. It doesn't mean they're not doing anything. It means they're thinking, they're processing, they're creating. They're in the process of creation. And look, it's fully transformed in their mind's eye. That butterfly is in full color and in full transformation, and she's wearing transformative wings, and all around is a flock of butterflies. Full transformation in flight. So sometimes it may not look to us as though things are happening, but there's a creative force that's moving all around, and we have that creative energy within us. Now, in order for us to connect to our higher self, Spirit's saying we need to create. We need to, because if our sacral chakra is the seat of creativity and our sexual energy. So anything, projects, our love life, our relationships, sexual energy is the highest motivating factor. That is the force, our life force moving through us. So if we're blocked, we're unable to move forward. We're unable to express. We're unable to create. We get stumped. So activate, balance, and activate your sacral chakra. Dance, move. Power walk is the first thing I said this morning, right? Not to mention when you get outside where she is, anytime I go outside on my power walk, I feel better. I get messages and I'm uplifted. And do you know what? The last time I came back, I was hit by somebody else from an outside force, all that negative energy, and it shifted my whole day and it wrecked my day. So when you get into that beautiful place, right then while you're out there, ask for a shield of protection that whatever comes at you from the outside, from outside of you, when you're in that beautiful place, that it bounce off, or that you recognize it so that you can clear it. So what do you need to do to creatively express? I've been making my my Reiki charged pet jewelry. I made one for Prince last night, and it was interesting because when we found that little cat, when he came to us, so abused and so God, it was awful, you know, with how he was. But he had a dog collar on, spiked, horrible, and it said, "They call me Cat," and it was a negative, and it was I just got a message out of that, which I didn't hear before, so thank you for that. I have to remember this. I'm saying that out loud because later when I go to upload this, I'll remember that. I'm opening these up because I want to show you. So what he had on him was this horrible dog collar. He was basically a captive. He was abused, and it was a spiked collar, and it was digging into his neck, and he hadn't eaten. It was awful. Anyway, I made this collar for him, and I didn't know I was making for him. I just made it, and when I finished it, it was a heart, and it said, and I said, well, I need to have a picture of a cat to feature it, like to show, so I could put it on my website. And Lily and Liger have their own, so I put it on Prince. I ran downstairs and I said to my landlord, you know what? He's inside, he's not outside anyway, so let's take that collar off of him. And I want to put this on, and I charged it with Reiki, because they're Reiki charged stones. And this is what I made him. And it is lava stone and rutilated agate. And look at the symbol. Love my cat. instead of they call me cat, it went from a something that was held in bondage and spikes and difficulty and abuse to love and healing energy. So that's what I do for creative. That's what I started doing. And Spirit said, you know what? You started something. Remember yesterday in our reading? You've started something and then you let it slide. Get back at it. It was good for you. Because when I do this, when I work with this energy, I'm working with the crystals and the energy of the earth, the power that comes from each crystal. And my hands are on it. And then I Reiki charge them. So I'm using Reiki energy. And when I do that, I think of other people. So I'm creating. It's a form of quiet meditation. I'm not speaking. I actually don't talk a lot, which is interesting. I'm alone all the time. I only talk with you guys. So I'm quiet. Here's the one that I made last night. So I'm working with, this is pet jewelry, and I'll make bracelets to go for matching. Mom and Dad, and the bracelet, the necklace goes around the pet. So here, I'm creative. I'm in a form of meditation. I'm working with the healing energy of the crystals, and the Reiki energy as well. So for you, what is your creative expression? What can you do? What is your healing modality? This could be your healing modality. If you're a guitar player, if you're a singer, if you write poems, if you write stories, it's expression, it's creative expression, and that's healing for you. So Spirit's asking you to creatively express yourself in some way. I get messages just like that. I got a message as I was talking to you about creating this. They call me Cat. So now I know who it was referring to, who this little prince character in my life is. I know who it is. So there's an epiphany that pops up. So, and it's like, pay attention to the words that come out of your mouth. And you don't have to be like incredibly artistic. I am the least artistic person in my family. My brother and my daughter and my son and my mom they were real artists. I mean, they were. And we all sing, so we all got that. But they are artists. Like my brother is a sculptor. He made this. This is just one of his creations. My mother was, my daughter is. So you could think to yourself, okay, I'm not a good singer. I don't do this, I don't do that, But there's something that you have. There's something you can do, and it doesn't even matter. Because you know what? Uncle Phil and I, we draw pictures on our iPhones with our fingers, and they are so freaking awesome. And they're stick figures. And I looked at them and I said, you know what? And he's really good. I mean, he's an artist anyway, so even his stick figure stuff, it's incredible. But mine, I was laughing at them. But you know what? Have you ever seen cards that children create? My mom used to pick specifically those kind of cards, and on the front would be a cat that like a 3-year-old drew, right? Very, very simple. But when you look at it, it takes you to that innocent place, that feeling good place. You're like a child again. You're looking at that, and it's that's what you're looking at, and it's a good place. So don't think that what you're doing isn't artistic enough, or you don't have a creative bone in your body. Some of that is the most beautiful work. My mom chose those cards. Out of all the cards, that's what she would choose. That was because it was the artist within her. And have you ever looked, what is, who decides what's art, right? I mean, I'm sorry, but Uncle Phil goes to museums all the time, right? And you look at the different things that people call art, and somebody throws a bunch of paint on a canvas, and they put a price tag on it of like $6,000, and they put together a show, and everybody goes and they sell all the stuff, and you're thinking, are you kidding me? That's what my plate looked like after I finished eating last night, and they're selling that for $6,000. But you know what? They saw something in that, or somebody else did. And it's what is it? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm thinking about yourself as well. You are a creative work of art. And if you see yourself that way, you are. You could see yourself a total mess, or you could see yourself a creative work of art, because we all are. I like these messages, the way they're coming out. It's very cool. No judgment, right? It's all about intention and being fun. This is all about allowing the inner child to come out and play. So tell yourself that you are highly creative. I am creative, right? And you know what? There's something inside of me that wants to be expressed, and I'm going to figure out how to do it. Oh, yay! A miracle. Yay! This is beautiful. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. The current situation is governed by a higher force. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. Now, this is from Spirit. This isn't a tarot, you know, and everybody can read what the Queen of Swords means or what the King of Wands means. This is a message from Spirit, and they're telling you that right now it's going to turn out well because the forces of love are at work. And I trust Spirit. I trust in Spirit. I don't trust a tarot card reader, and you don't have to have trust in me. I'm not asking because I'm just the channel. I trust Spirit. And that is my intention, to believe this. I believe this. And when you believe in that, it's going to happen. Oh, I love that message. Thank you for that incredibly beautiful message. Now we're at the third grouping. And I'm going to take a long time doing these because I chose 4, but oh well. It is what it is. All right, porcupine. First 2 things that come to mind before I even read the message at the bottom. Sometimes people look like they're prickly. They come across prickly, but it's because that's their protection mechanism. Somebody may appear prickly on the outside when inside they have a heart that's just mushy, because actually a porcupine, that's their protection. They have to have that on the inside. Their belly is where they're exposed. They're very soft. So just because somebody might come across prickly doesn't mean that they're a hard person. They may have had situations in their life that have caused them to put up a shield of protection. But Spirit's telling you there is a softness that you can get to here, because look, they may be putting out that facade. You know what I'm looking at? Look at them peeking at you. Do you see the little eye peeking out? I'm putting up this big badass outside, but that's not what I really am, and that's not even how I feel. My heart is full of love. I'm a pansy. He's holding on to a pansy. It's a pansy. I'm a pansy. I'm soft. I'm gentle. I'm sweet. I love the word innocence. So right now, next message, and depends on which, when I say these words, how does it affect you? Which feels more applicable or correct to your situation. This person is innocent. You are innocent. Don't blame yourself. Is there something that I have this coming up again and again because I watched in my dreams. Somebody believes they did something. It looked really bad. Someone told them that they did, and it looked really bad, and they don't know because they blacked out. They were drunk. They don't know. They were actually, I don't know that they were drunk. I think they were drugged, because I watched somebody put something in their drink. They did not do what they thought they did. They are innocent, even though they believe that they're not. That is a message. So if this is you and you're wondering, and that resonates and your body gets a chill, it's yours. Also, whatever you have done, you have to stop carrying the guilt and shame around, because that doesn't help you. It makes things worse for you. You're not moving forward. It doesn't help. You have to allow, first of all, you have to allow yourself to forgive you. You won't be able to allow anyone else to forgive you if you can't forgive yourself first. Also, this is protection, remember? That is protection. So recognize that protection is available for you. Whatever situation you find yourself in. We just talked about Reiki and calling in the Ascended Masters, and calling in the Reiki Masters, and calling on our Father for a shield of protection. I sent that out. I told you guys I send it all the time. I always send that out. So it is available to you, and it is there. It is there. And there is an inner spirit within all of us. When I was talking to the one I was working with last night, he had a broken heart, was struggling, and we started doing the cheerleader thing. And I started being the coach, and I started saying, you know what? You're a powerful spiritual creature. You are an angel walking. You are not what has happened to you. You are not the sum total of your experiences. You are an angel walking, wearing this human suit. The only difficulty that you have is the fact that you have to wear this suit while you're here. But you have power that's unmeasurable. Immeasurable. Sorry, that wasn't proper English. Remember who you are. No, you're not a victim. No, you're not going to lie down and take this. No, you're not pathetic. No, you're not broken and weak and unable to move forward. No, you're not. You have physical issues. That's fine, but your higher self is way more powerful than your physical body. So you affect change in a positive way for yourself. Innocence. If you were a gentle, innocent person, maybe you are someone who's innocent in the world. You aren't world wise. That's amazing. That's a very powerful thing. Has something happened when you were an innocent that you had no control over? Or did something happen to someone else? I wasn't able to protect them. And you feel guilty, or you feel shame, or you feel obligated now to be their protector. No. It was out of your control. It wasn't your fault. It never was your fault. And it isn't your responsibility. Spirit's also asking you to reveal who you truly are. Let go of that prickly exterior. And don't be afraid to reveal that you are this gentle soul. You have never intentionally meant to do anything to hurt anyone. We have all goodness within us. There is no one that is inherently evil. It's the choosing. We choose to do something bad. That's a choice. You don't have to be a victim. You are not a victim, as I said last night. You don't have to be a martyr. You don't have to be a martyr. And don't behave this way towards someone else. Don't be sending spikes out to other people because that's, I'm going to hurt you before you can hurt me. What kind of attitude is that? Spirit tells you that your sensitivity is a very powerful thing. We are super sensitives, and that's something we can be very proud of. We do need to put up a shield of protection from the negative forces and the toxic energy because of our very sensitive nature, which is a really wonderful thing. Instead of looking at the empathic nature that we have as a bad thing, because sometimes we get overwhelmed and we think being an empath is really horrible. It's awful. I said something terrible last night. I'm going to take it back right now. Cancel, clear, delete. What I said. You know what I said. That intention, I want it removed. I said something when I was frustrated. I said that a twin soul path is the worst thing that has ever happened to me, and I would kick my own ass when I got back there for accepting this. And I'd take that back. I was frustrated. Be very careful about what we say and when we do take it back, if we cancel it. Being an empath is a difficult thing, but it's also something very, very beautiful. Because when I was working with that person last night and I started feeling that energy, I was taking that energy on during that reading and that session, that healing session. And then he confirmed then he wrote me after I was feeling it and told me precisely what he was feeling. And that showed me that I was connecting. So empathic abilities, they're powerful. They're good. You don't want that to go away. Your empathic abilities help you connect. They help you to stay in touch. They help you to connect with spirit. They help you heal. It's a powerful thing. Something else is going on in my mind and I can't think of it, so I'm going to let it go. If it comes back, it comes back. Oops. Ooh, I love these ones that are coming. Really, really, really do. Okay, so it's telling us to make music. So I'm going to turn on the radio and see what they have to say. Is it delicate? Okay. So I have to talk because if I allow them to just play, I will get blocked. So this is somebody thinking of someone else. They don't want to share their love with, they want that person just for them. My reputation has never been worse. You must like me for me. Okay. So my reputation has never been worse. We spoke about this last night in this session. Never listen to gossip. Your reputation, unless your reputation precedes you in a very positive way. If somebody says something negative about someone, you don't know the truth of anything. You're not there. You don't know the ins and outs. Reputation. Now, if your reputation precedes you and it's a glowing reputation, you can tell. You'll feel it yourself. So, making music. Pay attention to what the messages Spirit is giving you in music right now. That message was, somebody said, is it too soon to tell you? You're on my mind. I'm thinking about you. My reputation is, you know, in shreds right now. I don't look good right now, but I'm thinking a lot about you, and I don't know, maybe after everything that we've gone through, maybe it's too soon for me to let you know. Is it too soon to let you know? No, it's not ever too soon to tell someone that you care about them and that you love them. It's never too soon. Make music. Sing. We already said that earlier to activate our sacral chakra is to sing, right? So you don't have to be good at it. Remember I showed you guys my mountain dulcimer Papa Terry made for me? Just maybe that's what we're supposed to do right now. You know, it's healing, sound healing. One of the healing modalities is sound. My friend in Sedona has a machine, and that's what it is. It's healing sound. If you have, I need to get one again. I have a beautiful crystal singing bowl, and my cat broke it. It was my mom's, and the sound is, and there are brass singing bowls, and I went in Wisconsin with my mama, Mama Sherry, Papa Terry didn't go, Mama Sherry, Bethy, Uncle Phil, and a couple other friends, and we went to, that's what it was singing bowls. And it's very, very healing, just the sound. So Spirit's asking you to make music in whatever way. You could just pick up a metal plate and hit it. Oh, make music. You know, of my, this is going to be a long reading, and you can fast forward if you want through this part, but this was my most listened to reading. Close your eyes. Spirit's asking us to do this, so we're doing it. At the end, I don't know if you guys did it, that last part, just like, holy man. Okay, so right now my heart chakra is pumping, the blood is pumping in my heart like I can't even tell you. Oh man, that's healing. That lifted my heart. So Spirit's telling you right now, surround yourself with music, whatever it is that feels good to you. Right now my heart chakra is pumping so hard I can't tell you. Holy. Have music playing around you for the next little while. There are messages that are coming through for you right now. You're going to be drawn to what it is that you need. Whatever the music is that you're supposed to be hearing, whether it be animals, whether it be child's laughter, whether it be on the radio, whether it be a drum, whether it be a singing bowl, the sawing outside, anything, whatever is music to your ears, your loved one's voice would be music to my ears. Whatever it is, babies laughing. If you ever just listen to babies laughing, you are going to be drawn to whatever it is, and Spirit wants you to pay attention. What are the messages that you're going to be getting in the songs? I already got that message. No, it's not too soon. Please talk to me. I want to talk to you. I want to hear what you have to say. I don't care about what the reputation is. I want to hear what you have to say. The lyrics are going to have a message for you, and they're going to answer a particular question that you have. So I do that a lot. I would talk to my twin that way. I would ask a question, and then I'd turn on the radio, and I would just wait. I would know the messages that were for me. And then it was interesting because the next song that would come would be my response. So Spirit wants us to believe and trust in the situation, whatever it is. And they're going to be protecting you as you go to sleep at night. They're going to help you deal with whatever is going on at this time. You're going to ask Archangel Michael to help you. Sleep deeply. I asked that last night of the one I worked with and for my twin. I said, please have them sleep deeply tonight in a healing energy. And that's probably why I was given what I asked for. I asked for it for them, but I got it too. Look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful. I want to live there. Isn't that amazing? The Emerald Kingdom. God, that's beautiful. Visualize that. Take that into your dreams and into your meditation. I want that. Spirit tells you that if whatever it is that you're thinking about right now, in order to resolve it in a positive way, you need to believe that it's healed. I keep seeing that sword of Excalibur, the sword that was stuck in the rock. You have the ability to pull that out and use it to cut cords of negativity and fear and worry and doubt. Michael has the mighty sword that does that too, but we can do it ourselves. Cut the cords to whatever it is that doesn't feel good. Does it feel good? No? Then cut cords to that. I don't want that. I don't want that karmic past life debt. Cut it. It's gone. It's done. It's mine. That sword is a flaming sword. It pierces through and it slices it and cauterizes it at the same time, so it cannot reattach. You need to believe that this situation is healed. You need to see your loved ones healed and strong and whole. And you need to know that the door is opening for you and that the solutions are pouring down from Spirit. You will get the messages that you're looking for. You will get the guidance. You will get the money. You will get the love. You will get the healing. Whatever it is, keep your body and mind open. Belief, trust. Do you believe in Spirit? You must. You're listening to these readings. Then trust what they're telling you is true. Trust that you have the ability to bring about things to a positive conclusion for yourself. There are specific meanings to this particular card. So let's see what feels right to you. The situation will have a happy outcome. We already got the last message that there is a miracle and that the forces of love are at work and it's going to turn out well. So if this resonates for you, positive thinking will bring your more rapidly what it is that you're asking for. Well, that's a fact. Positive affirmations, that's just the way it is. It's the law of attraction. It is the law. Give your worries to Spirit. Give it to your Father and to the angels. Hand it to them. I can't see my way through. I'm blocked behind this wall. That's okay, because we can figure it out. And I trust you that you will. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I know you're going to do it. Oh, I love this message. I really do. Trust the person you're thinking about. Trust them. I got innocent at the beginning, right? So trust the person. The reputation may be shit, but that's not the truth. Believe in yourself. Healing. Yes. We've called in healing, haven't we? I've worked on that all night last night. I felt it in my dreams. I am the angel of healing. This is Archangel Raphael. I am with you right now. Feel my presence. Feel that energy going through you. Feel his unwavering love for you. Feel your Father's love. Feel your lover's love. I have loved you before the dawn of time, says your Father, and I will love you for all eternity. And your twin soul says to you, I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. Feel my unwavering presence and love for you. I am with you. And our last group of messages, we're at an hour. What? Wait a second. No, it was on top. I'm like, what? That's not right. Well, there's double confirmation, though. Believe and trust, because it popped up again. Your inner child needs love. Your inner child needs you to cradle it. Your inner child needs you to tell them that you're proud of them. Your inner child needs you. Your inner child needs to play. Your inner child feels neglected. What jumps out when I speak to you this way? Because if you feel unloved, if you feel neglected, if you feel your heart is broken, if you feel lonely, you are neglecting your inner child. So whenever we feel this way, that just means we need more love. We need to give ourselves more love. Pick up that teddy bear. I don't care how old you are. I told you guys, I've got teddy bears. I love them. And you know what? What's made? Your animals do this for you as well. But you see why these are so important? See how he's just a bag of beans? Because no matter what position you're in or where you're sitting, they mold to your body. They're just limp. They're just limp. Hold on to your teddy bear. Hold it close to your chest. Just like that. And say, this is baby Sherry. This is baby Sherry. I love you, and I'm always going to take care of you. I'm always going to be here for you. I will never leave you. You are safe and you are protected, and I am proud of you. And you're going to get through this because you're stronger than you realize. You can do this with the ones you love, too. Hold them. I hold my twin. I put his head on my chest, and I hold him. I put my arms around him, and I say, you just rest, and you just accept this healing coming. Because right now, maybe the inner child of the one that you love needs this. Play. Whether you're an adult, doesn't mean that you're not supposed to play. Play is how we manifest. Dolphins know that. They play all the time. Animals play all the time. Play. You feel good when you play. Play your guitar. Play your mountain dulcimer. Play your whatever. Play Scrabble. Play Monopoly. Play a game. Every single day of my life, I start my work under my blanket fort. Is there a child in your life that needs a hug? Yeah, there is. Right now I looked at my phone and it's 1 hour and 11 minutes. So make a wish. Make a wish and then release it. Everyone has a child. Doesn't matter how old they are. They all have an inner child. So who needs a hug in your life? Hug them right now, mentally. Pick up your teddy bear and hug them. And tell them, I've got your head on my chest right now, and I've got my arms around you. And I want you to feel that. I want you to feel that closeness and safety and know how much I love you. Whoever that is, that's how you can use your teddy bears. I use, this is how people do Reiki. This is how we send energy. I use my cats because they're live creatures and they need the energy too. But you can use a teddy bear. You can visualize this as the person in your life. Actually, my cats don't like me to do Reiki too long on them because they feel the energy moving. So when I ask for the Reiki to go in, like when I'm using, I see this as a person in front of me. Here's my twin. Remember me putting my hands across your forehead and over your eyebrows and down your nose and up your cheekbones. And use this as you're holding this, as you're thinking about whoever it is. It can be yourself. It can be whoever it is that you're trying to work with. And send them healing, loving energy. You don't have to be a Reiki master. Your touch is healing. Your energy, your love is healing. Love is the greatest healer we have. So then play. Playfulness. When we play, it lightens our energy. It makes us happy. It gets rid of the sadness. What can you do that would be fun? Think of some ideas. Something that's different. Something that you haven't done recently. It's important that we take regular time to play. Whatever it is. It rejuvenates us. It brings us back to the importance of what's really important, you know? It's not making a living. It's living. Oh, I love this, the raccoon. So you've got the resources. You've got more resources than you realize. You have everything at your fingertips. Have you ever seen what these guys can do? These guys are amazing. They're creatures of the night, and they find things. They get into stuff, right? They're able to discover things. And they dig. They dig through things. They dig through trash, don't they? One person's trash is another person's treasure. What someone may not see as an opportunity, we do, because we are the white heron people. We see an opportunity when others don't, and we have the ability to make something out of it. So think about that when you're thinking about the raccoon. They think that ideas are stupid, but you know it's brilliant. Don't listen to what anybody else has to say. You know. You don't realize the resources that you have. you don't realize the abilities that you have. You just need to start telling yourself, I can do this. I can do this. I can do anything I set my mind to. Nothing is limiting me except for my own mind. So pay attention to what thoughts pop into your head. If it sounds weird, go there, follow it, because you may discover what you're looking for. Also, Spirit's telling you, don't worry. What you need is going to turn up. You keep moving on your spiritual path. If you keep moving on your spiritual path and follow the guidance that you get, keep your energy high, stop hanging out with dramatic people or around dramatic situations. No more drama queens. Don't you be dramatic. Don't focus on the negative. Don't worry about what's going to happen when you're not even there yet. You may have to work at it and you may have to dig for it, right? But you're going to find it. You're going to get it. Because really, Spirit's saying right now, there's really nothing for you to stress about. A lot of times it's over analyzing and over anxious thoughts, which is actually creating the situation. You listen to the what that person said, and now you were going in a really good direction until they said that, and now you're doubting yourself. Remember me this morning? Don't do that. Realize what's happening. Why is that happening? I was feeling good, and why do I not feel good now? Because I heard that. Then throw that away. That wasn't your idea. It wasn't your thought. And if it is your monkey mind telling you negative things, pay attention to that too. Why do I feel this way? What am I thinking? Well, I'm thinking this. Why do you think that? Well, because this. And then you realize, is that because it's a past pattern? I've just always done that. I've always, this is the way it's been. You don't know what's happening tomorrow. If Spirit's telling you things are changing, it's changing. It could have been this way all the way up until today. But tomorrow, Spirit says it's not. You've turned the corner. Don't quit before the miracle. Use your intuition to help you solve whatever problem is at hand. And use that connected to the messages that Spirit gave you today. Music, the power of play, meditation, power walk, creating something, drawing, painting. It's amazing how ideas come up into your mind and how something will pop out. A lot of times I get a message just on the commercial, and I'll be like, oh my God. And if you try to do something and it doesn't work immediately, or, okay, well, I did that and it was a disaster. Okay, that's fine. You try a different way. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again, remember? Your potential is limitless. I'm watching a hummingbird, and it's interesting because, try again. I don't know if you're seeing her fly. Oh, it's a boy. It's a ruby-throated hummingbird. So what I watched him do, and he's bright. He is very, very bright. He's wearing a little suit. He's got a little white tie, a little white business shirt. There he is. Hi. And he said something to us. He tweeted something to us. So, think about that. He tweeted something to us. So somebody's going to send you a message. That's interesting. Or maybe they just did. Well, they did to me, because what I was saying was, try again. And he went from the branch here. No, it didn't work there. He went over to the base of the palm tree. No, it didn't work there. He went over there. No, he went over there. And then he came here. So you may have to try a few different things before you hit upon the right answer. Right? Or figure it out. But he didn't give up, and then he took off. He was wearing a little business suit, that guy. So there's some kind of an issue that you're able to fix, because you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself as well as others. Make a commitment to it. Right? I can do anything I set my mind to. I am determined. Today, I said, I'm changing. I choose to be happy. I am committed to changing my mood and my energy and lifting my vibration. That was my commitment. Make a commitment to this relationship. Do you want this relationship? Well, there's a lot, we got issues, we got stuff to work through. That's okay. Do you want this relationship? Make a commitment to it. Do you want this business? Do you want to succeed at this? Then make a commitment to it. Make a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment. Maybe that's a message. Are you thinking about making a commitment to someone? Like taking the next step? Well, here's your sign. Make a commitment. You want to know how to improve a situation. You need to make a commitment to whatever it is. That will improve your situation. If you're worrying about it, if you don't think that you're deserving enough, or if you're capable enough, or it's going to turn out the way you think, you need to make a commitment to it. Because once you commit to something, you got to follow it through. Commit to your relationship. It's going to be more open. It's going to be more intimate. We're going to be more expressive. I commit to enjoy this day. I'm going to allow myself to enjoy every minute of my life. I'm going to commit to paying attention to my animal messengers. I'm going to commit to spending a solid hour without saying a word. I'm just going to listen. I'm going to commit to my exercise program. I'm going to commit to my detox program. I'm going to commit to eating more properly. I'm going to commit to being careful of the words that I say. And if I remember saying something in a negative way, I'm going to cancel, clear it. I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to commit to getting myself to sleep earlier because I need rest. Be confident. Clarity. Close your eyes for a minute. Breathe in the blue of the sky. Feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace. There is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place. And that's a gift from your guardian angel. I want to show you something. Look at that scene. Now commit that to memory. The word commit. Commit that to memory. Or put the picture of the one you love in front of you and commit that to memory. Then close your eyes. Breathe in a sense of peace, freshness, happiness, love, joy, excitement. Breathe it in. Release the negative. Breathe that back up in. See yourself in the arms of the one that you love. Remember that feeling? Hold it there. Send that energy to them right now. What do you feel right now? Hold that. Commit to doing that 3 times today and see if you don't change something. All right, that's it, you guys. We're out of here at 1 hour and 22 minutes. Have a beautiful day. I love you.